New at 6, a Wink News exclusive. Sick and tired. Just days before the first Citizens Academy trial, Mary Knowlton's son says it's time for the chief to take some responsibility.
Tropical storm Cindy slams the Gulf Coast, whipping up waves and flash flooding. Wink News is the weather authority. The chief is tracking the storm's path.
Mosquito madness. Brand new Wink News uncovers more mosquitoes are moving into Collier County.
New at 6, danger on the dock.
You don't want to do anything wrong.
A warning about the shock that could lead to drowning and what to watch out for.
Climbing costs.
With Alzheimer's, there are no survivors.
A husband caring for his wife with Alzheimer's for 17 years has a message for you.
Live from Southwest Florida's news leader, this is Wink News at 6.
Cracking showers and a couple of thunderstorms in Southwest Florida. Heavy rain and a thunderstorm east of Port Charlotte and Punta Gorda should stay east of that portion of Charlotte County. But I want to show you some of the rain that is newly developed, that is moving into and soon to be through downtown Fort Myers, eastward to near Buckingham Road. Let's go to the live Doppler radar, and you can see, yes, from Buckingham to Lehigh Acres, dealing with some rain there. Otherwise, not much in the way of rain along the Collier County coast, but there is more rain in the forecast, and I'll have the latest on the tropical storm when I come back.
New at 6, nearly a year after Mary Knowlton died during a shoot, don't shoot demonstration with police. Her son exclusively tells Wink News many forget she is the true victim. Punta Gorda Police Chief Tom Lewis is one of 2 people charged in connection with Knowlton's death.
His trial is set to begin Friday, but he is fighting his charge to the bitter end. Only Wink News reporter Morgan Francis spoke to Knowlton's son today in Cocoa Beach. And Morgan, he told you today would have been his mom's birthday?
Today, June 21st, he said that Mary Knowlton would have turned 74 years old. He said that on her birthday, he probably would have been out here surfing and she would be in a beach chair, just soaking up the sun, having a good time, and then maybe they would have gone inside and talked for hours. But today she isn't here. And he's worried that just days away from the trial, that her memory will be lost in legal banter. On the day of his mom's birthday, Steve Knowlton woke up still questioning why.
I still have, there's bitterness, anger in me, resentment, wondering why God didn't step in. 73-year-old Mary Knowlton died after Punta Gorda police officer Lee Cole shot and killed her on August 9th during a police demonstration. There were live bullets in his gun instead of blanks. Officer Cole faces manslaughter. Punta Gorda Police Chief Tom Lewis faces a misdemeanor charge of culpable negligence. And a misdemeanor doesn't really justify the loss of a life. The carelessness involved also. Steve Knowlton says he thinks multiple people dropped the ball, but he also says the publicity of his mom's death has brought out a lot of ugly in people, especially after they received a $2 million settlement. We've had a few people come up and say, "Do you think you got enough money?" in a sarcastic way. Knowlton expressed disappointment in Chief Lewis as well. In the beginning, when he first did interviews, he said, "I take full responsibility."
As your chief of police, I accept full responsibility for the actions of my department, my officers, and the bottom line is I am 100% accountable.
He took full responsibility, and now it's the total opposite.
We reached out to Lewis's attorney for comment on this story and have yet to hear back. Coming up tonight at 10, hear from Steve Knowlton on how he's worried that his mom won't get a fair trial as jury selection begins on Friday. Reporting live in Cocoa Beach, I'm Morgan Francis, Wink News Now.
All right, thank you very much, Morgan. Let's get you out live now to some breaking news in North Fort Myers. In just the past 10 minutes, the fire chief told us a large storage building caught fire on West North Shore Avenue. 3 other buildings are damaged. Now, this is right over the Edison Bridge on Old 41. You're looking at video here from around 5 o'clock when a large plume of smoke was coming out of the roof of that building. No one was injured. And we're staying on top of breaking news right now out of Cape Coral.
The state attorney's office just cleared 4 officers in a deadly shooting. Wink News reporter Michelle Kingston is tracking the breaking developments.
Yeah, well, this all started with a shooting spree last June that left 2 people dead. All of it happened within minutes of each other in Cape Coral. First, police say Christopher Morin shot and killed a man on a motorcycle on Skyline Boulevard. Minutes later, they say he killed a Circle K store clerk. Shortly after that, police spotted Moran in his red Mazda. They shot him 12 times, including once in the head. The state attorney's office calls the 4 officers' use of deadly force justified. Now, the report claims Moran did have drugs in his system. His girlfriend and baby were also in the car at the time of the shootout. They luckily survived. Lois.
I'll take it from here, Michelle. Thank you. Also breaking at 6, the Cypress Lake High School senior who died after a fight at school died of natural causes. We just learned Ryan Farrell had stage 4 brain cancer. The medical examiner says the complications would have happened regardless of that fight.
More breaking news. Detectives are investigating a deadly discovery in North Fort Myers. They're looking live at the Parkway Apartments along Hancock Bridge Parkway. Deputies found someone dead on the top floor this morning. They also towed away a blue car in the parking lot. There's no word yet about how the person died or whether the public is in any danger.
New information tonight. The teen accused of taking a girl against her will is awaiting extradition from North Florida. The Lee County Sheriff's Office says Paulo Tomas grabbed 14-year-old Jessica Matias Francisco and headed toward Alabama. Officers found them in Lake City, Florida. Jessica is back home in Tice with her family. The father accused of killing his son is sitting in jail without bond. Jonathan Brunel appeared in court this morning. Investigators say he intentionally shot his son Shane Monday after a disagreement.
Right now, more mosquitoes are moving into Collier County, and many of you called us asking why there are so many and why mosquito control isn't doing something to stop those pests. Well, Wink News reporter Nicole Papageorge is live now. And Nicole, there are different types of mosquitoes out there right now?
Oh yes, Lois, this is transition time. So those salt marsh mosquitoes that we've been seeing are starting to go away, and the freshwater mosquitoes, the one that breeds in standing water, well, they're back.
They're still pretty bad. My girls have mosquito bites up and down their arms that, they just keep scratching at. So it's been pretty tough this summer.
And unfortunately, the mosquitoes keep on coming. There are more than 40 types of them in Collier County. And as one type starts dying off, another starts thriving.
Oh, they've been horrible. They just have been swarming everywhere. You can't walk out of your house without getting bit.
Some homeowners in Golden Gate Estates even contacted Wink News asking why they haven't seen mosquito control spraying in their area. Executive Director Patrick Lynn says they have to treat the worst areas first.
So we have to essentially triage because we do have limited resources.
So far, the worst mosquitoes are on Marco Island, not in Golden Gate Estates. Since early May, mosquito control has treated Marco Island 25 times and only 7 times in the Estates. Wink News found out there's several reasons. They spray where the mosquitoes are. Spraying is costly. It can cost up to $50,000 each time they fly. And sometimes mosquito control can't go out because of weather.
The weather plays a huge role in our ability to treat. So we've had several missions that have either been canceled or postponed due to weather.
So these freshwater mosquitoes are the ones that you want to dump that standing water around your home. You want to make sure to use a repellent with DEET and also wear long sleeves and long pants. Live in Collier County, Nicole Papageorge, Wink News now.
All right, thank you, Nicole. New this hour, Estero's Village Council just appointed John McClain to serve on the board. He fills the spot Don Brown vacated last month. Brown lost his long battle with cancer yesterday. Brown served on council since Estero incorporated in 2015. Also new, Bonita Springs just extended its moratorium on medical marijuana. Under new Florida law, those treatment centers are allowed to operate anywhere a pharmacy is. And Bonita isn't backing that idea just yet. They say they'll use this time to decide how to move forward.
A new proposed assisted living facility is causing a controversy in Punta Gorda Isles. Neighbors who oppose the project packed today's city council meeting. Developers want a special exception to construct a more than 59,000 square foot facility. People who live in the area complain it's too big and will increase traffic and noise in the area. Others say it's good for the neighborhood.
This building will be the largest building in PGI. Instead of fitting in, it will dominate the neighborhood.
And I think it is an excellent part of the neighborhood to have a facility like this in it.
The council delayed making a decision today. They'll talk about it again at the July 5th meeting.
Well, happening now, it's the summer solstice, the longest day of the year. It's also a day when many of you work to raise awareness about Alzheimer's and the growing number of families coping with it. Wink News anchor Channing Frampton joins us live from one of those events in Lee County. Channing?
There's an event happening here at the Bell Tower Shops right now, and the crowds that are here right now, they're learning about the increasing number of Alzheimer's diagnoses here in Southwest Florida, all while working to raise money to help find a cure. Now, I talked with one man who's here today who's taking that cause on the road in a unique way after his wife was diagnosed with Alzheimer's 17 years ago. Dan Summers and his wife Joan have been married for more than 60 years.
She's beautiful. And, you know, good Lord put her in my life.
When she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's 17 years ago, he vowed to take care of her himself every single day. He says it's hard work.
But that's okay because this is God's work anyway, and she's pretty amazing.
To help raise awareness for caregivers like himself, he transformed this 1968 Jaguar from a white with black interior to purple and gold, a car Joan encouraged him to buy decades ago. He says he hopes it'll get other families in Southwest Florida talking about what they would do if someone they love gets the disease. And with more than 16 million Americans expected to have it by 2050,
they pay a dear price. It's so difficult.
As he works to make each day left with the love of his life count.
Actually, 60 years living with her has made me the man I am, without a doubt.
Now, he told me when he bought that car back in 1979, he paid $3,000 for it.
Oh, we lost his audio, but $3,000 for that car. Fantastic. Well, back to work. New jobs are coming to the county with the highest unemployment rate in the state. Governor Rick Scott just announced a TOUSA will create 39 new jobs in Clewiston. The aluminum recycling and manufacturing company is opening a facility in Hendry County. Average pay for the jobs is more than $42,000.
A day on the docks can be a lot of fun.
But there's a deadly danger sharing that space. All new at 6, Wink News talks with an expert who says he sees the danger all over Southwest Florida. How to protect your family in just minutes.
Keeping an eye on some heavy rain, not everywhere obviously, but there are a few rain areas. South Fort Myers headed for downtown Fort Myers, LaBelle and Points North. Take a look. We'll take a look into that when I come back.